Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of the Hillians Talk podcast. Currently again joined by my fellow co-host Lynden Humphrey.
Hello, hello.
And we remain here at the Birdshill Clubhouse. I currently look out the window and the groundworks are still ongoing. Slowly but surely we are getting there.
Like a balcony view we've got here, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of diggers, lots of heavy machinery equipment as we gear up for this being Premier season, but we gear up for a new 3G pitch as well.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see, but there's some sort of erection in the far left corner as we look at it. I know.
Okay.
Are we going to giggle like school children at that?
Wow.
No, some sort of
Breaking news.
posts or poles.
Yeah.
Big silver ones. Oh, and green ones as well.
And green, very on brand.
Very on brand.
Anyway, that's the current view as we see it. It will be done, and it will be fantastic.
It will.
But here and now, I suppose let's just get right into it. Since we last discussed on the podcast, since we last hosted, 3 more games have happened. 3 more friendlies as we head and gear into the new season, which is only just over a week away now. Sort of starting, I suppose, in chronological order with the latest one since we last spoke, if that makes any sense, which was the Andron Trophy game away at Hassocks.
Yep. Which I was definitely there for and can contribute loads to.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was your birthday.
Well, it was
bash.
kind of. It was more my son's birthday, but yeah.
Well, that's even more important, to be honest. Really.
Yeah, I somehow couldn't get away with taking him to the football.
Yeah, fair enough.
My wife very inconsiderately planned his party for 3:00, which I believe was the kickoff time.
Oh well.
So I was here. We held it here in the clubhouse.
You were at the football club.
Football involved somehow.
But we won.
We did.
We did win.
We did
which
do
is,
a win.
Of course, the only thing important in a friendly.
Well, it's not just a friendly though, is it? It's the Andron Trophy.
It is. It's a trophy. We are cup winners again.
Yeah.
We actually, because we lost it last year.
First silverware of the season. More to come.
Of the season. It was just to sort of get into the game. I suppose I'll obviously touch on a bit more about what happened, but it was like I said, a win for Birdshill in the end. But it was a come from behind victory, 2-1 in the end. I suppose if you've got any questions for me to start off with about the game, obviously you weren't there, I was. So I know you've obviously caught up with the game. You would have seen highlights, etc., etc. But it was quite a strange game really because we didn't play particularly well first half, and it was we were sort of a bit worried and a bit this isn't a strong performance. And then second half we totally turned it around, totally looked like a different team.
That seems to be a bit of a theme lately that we've sort of like a tale of two halves. I know obviously pre-season there's a lot of changes at half time. We've got trial list A, trial list B, trial list C, and all the like, and so it's not unusual for teams to change their entire team or half the team at half time. But yeah, I have watched the highlights, sort of flicked through them. I saw Hassocks' goal, pretty well taken goal.
Yes.
But if I remember correctly, we did kind of lose it a little bit weak on the halfway line, which started that attack. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, you are right. It was a good goal. It was a good, well-worked move and a good finish. But it was a bit simple. It was a sort of crossing from the left, and then the guy had time to sort of bring it down in the box and then turn and sort of fire it bottom corner.
Buried in corner, didn't he? Yeah, Rocco was it Rocco that was in goal?
No. It wasn't Rocco. Rocco had a slight niggle, so it was Sonny.
It
was Sonny.
Yeah, but it was irrelevant. My point was going to be that rooted because they couldn't have done anything about it. Really,
it was Sonny didn't have a sort of chance of saving it. And it was a bit of a strange first half really. Hassocks looked good. Obviously Hassocks just newly promoted like us, so we know they're a very strong team. We were just sort of going through the motions, I think, a little bit first half. We weren't bad. It wasn't a poor display at all. But first it was a bit lacklustre, I suppose. Pretty pre-season friendly vibes, really. But then, like we sort of touched on, it seems to be second half. Whether it's Jay and Gary, whether they sort of say some
hairdryer treatment
words of wisdom at half time, or they just make a few tactical tweaks, like we know Gary especially is a master at. But second half was brilliant. We sort of come back out, and eventually won the game. I'm trying to remember who scored the equaliser. Oh, it was Ryan Worrell. It was Ryan Worrell who got the equaliser.
Yes, I remember.
And I should remember because that was his first ever goal for Birdshill.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, surely it can't be.
So he's never scored Birdshill, Ryan Worrell. Yeah.
Really?
Until Hassocks, yeah.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah, because there was a thing that went round about a media sort of video that we did at the start of the season. Who's
I edited that together, yeah.
Who's not going to score all season? All the players said Ryan Worrell.
And I put some dodgy chat GPT gif at the end of Ryan crying, didn't I?
There you go.
Yeah, I did that together. Yeah, I remember that.
It must be like a joke in the changing room about how, he's doesn't score. And then he equalised on Saturday. Very good finish. Top corner buried it. And then Tom Chile people will know my thoughts on Tom Chile. Very, very
Your
highly
pick
rated.
for top goal scorer, I believe,
Top
from the
goal
last
scorer.
episode.
Yeah, he's just an absolute workhorse, Tom Chile. He just runs and runs and runs. He'll chase everything down. He'll work hard. And then I always believe if you work hard, similar to like a Dan Perry type, if you put the yards in, if you work hard, you tend to get the scrappy goals. You tend to get the tap-ins off the post and the less pretty goals. And this winner was a bit of a scrappy goal. It was
Poacher's goal.
Yeah, I think he scored it from about 6 yards out when he was on the floor, which is quite impressive in itself, really. It was James Shaw in goal for Hassocks as well, former Burgess man. But yeah, it was thoroughly deserved in the end. It was a very, very good second half performance. Most importantly, we'll sort of touch on, I think it was a record-breaking amount of money raised for charity.
Perfect.
For St James and
St. Peter and St. James, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think
good, great charity.
Could be a misspoken figure, but I think 2,600 was approximately
that's awesome.
The figure. Which,
well done, everyone.
Yeah, whatever the official figure was, it was definitely a record-breaking amount, which is obviously brilliant. That's the main reason for the game and the friendly. So that's obviously epic. Hassocks, I think the Hassocks look pretty good. Obviously first season for them in the Isthmian. No one really knows how they'll do. It's a bit of a step up.
I hope they do well.
A bit of an
I think they've done good things at that club. I think Pat's done really well there, and I really want that club to do well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone to back in the day. Little anecdote. I used to coach Hassocks back in the day, like under what year did I do it? Under 14s, 15s, and 16s, I think.
Yeah.
Back when Ryan Box, who obviously everyone knows, my brother and a steward here, and groundsman and many other things, when he played, so his old man, my stepdad, coached the team, and I helped. I used to do a bit of goalkeeping stuff and just general coaching with my old man, and so we did a few games at the Hassocks ground with the connection to Hassocks. Obviously, it wasn't the main Hassocks team, if that makes sense. I can't remember what they were called. Hassocks something. I want to say Dynamos, but I'm pretty sure that was Worthing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so it's like the Hassocks under 14s and stuff. So yeah, good team, good guys there.
Yeah, very good.
Good setup, and yeah, I really hope they do well, and I don't think, we said this about us going into the Prem, but I don't think Hassocks will be a team that will go straight up, straight down.
No, I don't.
I think they've got.
I don't. I think we've seen it when we were in the southeast. That teams like Broadbridge Heath come up, did fine. Eastbourne Town have come up and were fine last year. So it's perfectly doable to come up and stay up and sort of do well. That's certainly a sort of blueprint that Hassocks will try and follow. And yeah, I think they'll be fine. I hope they're fine. It'll be interesting to see how they do. A good start is obviously key. You don't want to sort of get behind and then having to, perhaps look over your shoulder a bit. Similar to us, a good start's obviously key. But no, I think Hassocks will do well. Good friendly. Look forward to it next year.
Yep, me too. Happy days.
On to Three Bridges then.
I was there for that one.
The game you were at.
I was actually there, and I'm not lying. I was there for that one.
He was there.
It was a last-minute decision. I wasn't supposed to be there, and I told everyone I wasn't going to be there. But I was.
See, he was there strictly as a fan.
Strictly as a fan. Didn't have my camera. No. Blessed him. Even said to me like, "Oh, you should have come in as media." I was like, "No. Here as a fan, happy to pay my way."
There you go.
It was a very last-minute decision. Managed to get a lift with Ryan again. He's getting loads of airtime on this podcast.
Yeah, shout out Ryan Box.
He gave me a lift because my car was broken. Again. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Good game.
Friday night game.
Friday night. That was weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I'll be honest.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of Friday night football.
No,
which is obviously what stuffed me in the last year in the playoff final.
In the playoff,
because I had no being sort of not new to non-league football, but obviously I haven't been to a playoff game in a while. And
you went away with structure.
I had no idea that playoff finals were always on a Friday night, and I had another photography booking that had been paid for way in advance a couple of months ago, before like playoffs were really on the cards for us, or was still like a distant hope. So and I couldn't make it. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Friday night football, but
no, I don't.
But the result made it easier. Yes,
the result was good, and obviously moving on to the game, I thought it was a really good performance. Actually, I really enjoyed the game.
Me too.
There was a lot of players missing, but that tends to happen in pre-season. Obviously, holidays and stuff. It's now the summer holidays. Probably a lot of the players might be teachers or PE teachers or families. Like kids have just broken up, that sort of thing. So of course,
holidays and
players obviously have to go away and relax. That's fair enough. Just all seemed to happen in and around the same week for our boys, which
it's always the way.
It's just a coincidence, I'm sure, but it did leave us a little bit short. There was a lot of youngsters, a few trialists as well. But overall, considering again Three Bridges, same league as Hassocks now, probably tipped to do a bit better than Hassocks just because they're experienced in the league. They were in the playoffs a few years ago. sign players like Dan Perry, they'll be tipped more. Ooh.
There'll be a fine now for saying his name on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking. It was good to see him again.
It was good.
Although it's not been a huge amount of time since obviously we had him on the podcast a couple of episodes ago.
This is true.
But yeah, it was a little bit, what's the word? Melancholy or sad, I guess, to see him in colours that aren't green and black.
Yeah. I'm glad he didn't. Well, I mean, it's the nicest way. I'm glad he didn't score against us.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
Played well though. He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
I think he will do well for Bridges this year.
He did, but yeah, I come away from the Three Bridges friendly quite happy, quite excited. I thought it was a very professional performance, considering, like I say, we had I think about 5 or 6 players missing that would normally play.
3 trialists, 2 trialists started.
Yeah.
And I think one more came on, so I think 3 might have finished the game, possibly.
And I think, from my point of view,
or was it under 18 actually?
Just touching on the trialists, I think there was a big young centre half who, I say big because he was about 6'5", 6'6".
He was quite tall. Yeah.
I think he really stood out for me.
It was quality. I thought he was really, really good.
So it's exciting. I mean, I don't know what the ins and outs of that trialist is, but just from that Three Bridges cameo, I liked what I saw. I know, like you did. I know other fans that did as well. So that could be quite exciting. We know that centre back's an area that we know we're going to sign somebody else. Everyone knows that the managers have sort of said we need another addition. So that could be one to keep an eye on potentially if you were there at Three Bridges and you sort of like what you saw there. That might be one that we sort of find out a little bit more about. But yeah, and then obviously just sort of during the game, we obviously won it late on.
Missed a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to come on to that. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The penalty. Well, yeah, penalties.
Pre-season, mate, that matter.
Penalties. What a strange thing they are.
It's fine because we get to talk about positive in a minute when we get to the Eastbourne game.
No,
so
my God, am I glad we get to talk about positive in a minute with penalties. But yeah, Tom Chile, bless him.
Could have added another one to it. Are you counting his pre-season goals for goals towards your tally?
No.
What did you say, 14 or 15? What did you give a number?
I'm not sure I gave a number.
Give one now then, can't I put you on the spot?
Oh, wow.
How many is he scoring?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Including pre-season
No.
or no, just league and cup?
Just all comps but from competitive games.
All right.
So league and cup, but
I'm not going to offer you the 10 grand you offered me for the league.
No, fair enough.
You can have a crisp high five.
Yeah, I do appreciate 10 grand in debt if that comes off.
Can't wait.
That could be shocking. But yeah, another penalty, another unfortunate penalty miss. To be fair, this one was saved.
Decent save as well.
It was a decent save. I mean, look, he did the right thing, really, didn't he? He hit it hard, he hit it low. 9 times out of 10, the keeper, goes early and dives out the way. And we all go, our great penalty sort of thing. A bit like Alex Brewer in the playoff final when he just put it down the middle. But this one, unfortunately, the keeper either dived a bit later or sort of stayed down the middle, whatever it was. It was a good save with his legs. To make it, I think 4 penalties in a row missed.
Yeah. Martin at Sittingbourne. Martin again pre-season.
And Kieran
pre-season at Horsham. And then this one.
It's an interesting strategy, trying to win games without scoring a penalty.
Oh, yeah. Just keep goalkeepers on their toes.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
for some of them.
Exactly.
The ones we got on target.
But luckily it didn't matter in the end. Brandon O'Neill against his old club won it for us. Harry Lawson, actually, I should say beforehand. It's the first goal. Lovely,
what a goal!
Lovely strike. That
absolute screamer.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I just rewatched that again on the huddle footage, our AI camera.
Yeah.
Before I left today, just because I was refreshing myself from the games, and I forgot how good of a goal that was, and the reason why is because I didn't actually see it live.
Oh.
It's typical. Turn up to a game and then miss something.
That is infuriating.
I can't remember why. Probably getting food. Fat git. But yeah, no. I saw it go into the back of the net, but I didn't see the strike or where it came from. Someone had to tell me it was Harry that did it. But yeah, I've watched it back. What a strike!
Yeah,
it was Whelpdale-esque from Hayward Heath.
It was.
Well.
We're scoring lovely goals in pre-season. We are.
Yeah.
So
we should be operating a shoot on sight policy.
Yeah, exactly. It was. Harry Lawson. It's obviously he's one of our own. He's under 18. Yep. He's obviously never played at the Isthmian Prem level before because he's, like I say, just come up with us. So it's really interesting for a player like him to see how he does because he could be as good as he wants to be. Really, he could be somebody that stays with us for a hell of a long time, or he could push on and who knows where we go, but he could be someone that does really well and goes a little bit higher maybe if he can sort of maximise his potential. But
I just from the games that I've seen him play over the last season when I've been closer to the team and on the pitch side, so to speak, well, literally, I think he's been really, really good for the side, and I'd be devastated to see him leave.
Yeah.
So hopefully he does stay for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully he does stay. But I'm just for him, it's a pretty perfect situation. He's learning off people like Brandon O'Neill, who's had a fantastic non-league career. Ryan Worrell, who's very, very good at this level. Kieran Rowe, who is the best midfielder at this level. It is.
I agree. Yeah,
Anybody else can argue.
it's a bold claim, but we're sticking with it.
Oh, Kiramo's so good.
He's so good.
So to have be like 18, 19, whatever Harry is, and to be learning from players like that at this level, sets him up, I think, for quite a nice career, which is lovely. And if he can add goals like that to his game,
well, yeah, exactly. We want to see more of those.
there you go. There you go. So really exciting. Obviously, Three Bridges, that was good. And then coming on to the game we had most recently, which was as we were recording last night, Eastbourne United. Now, I know you didn't sort of make it to Eastbourne United.
No,
but
sorry.
No,
I will turn up to a game in the season, I promise.
No, it's fine. You got sort of a week till we kick off. Potter's Bar, maybe.
I'm hoping to do Potter's Bar. Let me just. I need to clear it with my management.
No, that's fine.
So I can say that she doesn't listen to this. So that's fine. I need to clear it with her, but. I'm hoping I want to do a first game of the season. I don't think I've done Potter's Bar.
No, I don't think you would have.
I used to work in the Potter's pub, so I feel like I can take loads of photos, send it to our group chat, which is still active, and be like, "Oh look, Potter's Bar, we've got a football team." I'm sure I've made that joke before, but I'm hoping to be there. Definitely first game of the season.
First game of the season,
I don't see why not.
But Eastbourne United. I mean, I will talk about the game, but I will start off by talking about. Very surprisingly, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, it was one of the best setups, one of the best clubhouses, one of the best grounds that I've been to in a very long time.
They don't play at the Saffrons, do they?
No, that's Eastbourne Town. Yeah. So I've been to Eastbourne United probably about 4 or 5 years ago for a game against Eastbourne Town, funnily enough. And it was nice, but it was sort of getting a little bit run down. It was a grass pitch then. Really nice people, but it was one of those grounds that needed a bit of work to it, needed reviving and sort of livening up a little bit. And I was aware they'd had some like ground stuff done. It's the same like plot of land. They haven't changed grounds or anything, but they've laid a 3G pitch in the last year, which obviously
big up the 3G.
Bring up the 3G, brightens everything up. But what I was more impressed about was they've got this, and it must be a new clubhouse, but it was really, really nice, like really like posh. It had like. It's got your typical pool table, darts board.
Table? Oh, I'm in.
Yeah. I think it had like a fireplace as well.
Okay.
In the clubhouse. It just looks really.
Well, like one of those like modern-y smart fireplace. Because when you say fireplace, I'm picturing like open hearth chimney, but I'm assuming you mean like a nice modern fireplace.
Okay. Fireplace, yeah. But everything
real fire or.
I'm not sure. It wasn't on because
it's peak of summer. Yeah,
it's
that makes
peak
sense.
summer. But I'm sure if you go there on a December night, which some kind of
lovely
clubs
and cozy,
do, you just stay in there. I think there's football on is there. I'll have a Guinness and stay here.
Oh, well,
but
maybe I will have to make the trip down there if we play them again.
No, it was really, really, really nice. You can tell it's one of those places where you can tell it's quite new. Everything's very shiny. Everything's very modern. But I mean, credit to them, to be honest. For a club that's still at county league, obviously looking to push out. They lost the playoff final last year. If they can go up and get to Isthmian, and their ground and their standards and stuff are proper Isthmian.
Already there.
That's
good. I mean, I think it's so much easier when you already have the facilities behind you.
Yeah.
Like. Obviously, we've done it the harder way, you could argue. We're now obviously big push to get these facilities in, and not that we necessarily have to have them for the Prem, but it's going to be very nice. It's going to make a big difference for us. But yeah, apologies Eastbourne United for not making it. I'll be there next time.
I will say Eastbourne United, you were very good, but you didn't do food last night. So
poor.
I mean, I can't.
5 out of 10 experience at best.
I can't rate you too highly, I'm afraid. But
maybe that's coming later.
Yeah, if you did do food, then it would have been very high. But you didn't, so I've got to stop points. Just
not even like a
sort your food out really.
Crisps behind the bar or anything.
No, there was crisps behind the bar, but there was no like pies, burgers, chips, anything like that. There was crisps and there was chocolate.
And I'm out.
But yeah, disappointing. There was a Domino's ordered by some Burgess Hill fans.
I love that. I'll rate that so highly.
Halfway through the first half. One of our fans turned to us and said, "Why can I smell pizza?" And we all turned around in unison, and that's because there was a gentleman and his group of friends with about 4 boxes of Domino's sat on the table watching the game with Domino's. So that's why we can smell pizza. Incredible.
Quickly, nothing to do with football. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Wrong.
No, thank you. No, thank you. But that's fine because you can eat it, and I will never have your pizza.
Good point.
So
sweet. Not that I would share food anyway.
No, neither would I. But no, not for me.
Fair enough. Sorry, I just had to throw that in
there. No, it's fine. The game, Eastbourne United.
Yes, football. Yeah,
actual football. Bizarre. Very bizarre.
So I'm currently just putting together highlights for that. So I have the huddle footage, and I'm just currently editing together the highlights. I only got it today, so with the day job, I haven't had too much time to do it. But from what I've seen so far, which is not a lot because the sun is a bit of a weird angle for that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, weird. I mean, Budger won 2-1. To be honest, we probably should have won by a bit of a greater margin. We had quite a few chances.
Strong
etc.
team as well.
It was
We
a
had
strong team.
out.
Yeah, it was a very strong team. Everyone was back from holiday. There was only a couple of injured boys that still remained out. So it was a very, pretty much full strength as much as we could do, which was nice to see. Everyone got minutes. There's a very exciting trialist as well, another trialist.
I've heard good things.
Who, made his first appearance.
Buzz in the Alliance chat about this trialist.
Yeah, I was bigging him up.
I was going to say, most of this buzz might have come from you.
Yes, I am the Buzz you mentioned. But no, he looked very impressive. Similar to the centre back we mentioned at Three Bridges.
He scored the winner.
He did, yeah. He scored the winner, yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of it.
No, he did score the winner. But yeah, winger, very, very small, but very quick.
So what from a winger?
Yeah, very, very quick.
They're not there to win all the headers.
No.
Get up and down those wings.
We have since found out a bit more about him, but I'll sort of keep him anonymous for now because he's just trialist.
Yeah,
in case other non-league. I mean, no one else non-league's going to listen to this. I appreciate, but just in case. Hopefully, he plays our final game on Saturday and then can earn himself a deal with Jay. But we'll have to wait and see. But from that game, I think the managers would have probably liked what they saw. So that's exciting. Very exciting. The game. Now, the referee, I'm not sure how to word this. He
Trigger happy?
Yeah, he didn't make many fans with Eastbourne lot.
Not that refs ever do.
No. But he was almost going out of his way to annoy Eastbourne. He was very one-sided to us, so fair play to him for that.
Can he ref every game? Can we have him every week?
Like he gave us another penalty, which we actually scored this time.
Ben Pope?
I'll touch on a bit about why that's important in a minute. But I've no idea to now why he gave the penalty. It was a corner come in. They headed it away. Nobody appealed in the box. No one went down. Nobody appealed. We didn't appeal. Blow your whistle, and I just assumed he noticed a foul by us on a defender. No, point to the spot. I honestly,
so no idea. No idea. It was off ball
I don't know what. I presume he noticed a shirt pull or something from the corner. I couldn't tell you. Nobody appealed. Not a player, not a fan.
Well, hopefully we've not used up all our good decisions pre-season because so we could do with some of them in the league.
But as you mentioned, Ben Pope stepped up and scored it.
Always rate him. Quality.
Yeah, very, very, very good, Ben. A lot of people's top goal scorer this year, potentially.
Yeah, so, I can see that.
But we keep joking about penalties, of course, but I think it's genuinely very important that we've actually managed to score one before the season starts.
Yeah, get the monkey off our back,
exactly.
So to
speak.
Because
you don't want to be going into the season because you just know what's going to happen. You're going to get one at Potter's Bar. Then all the boys are looking around at each other, going, "Oh, God,
who's going to take this?
Who's taking this?"
I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't. I'm sure they've got a very set mind of who's taking the penalty if we get it. But it's still nice to know.
You don't want that added pressure or.
There's a big difference between taking a penalty in a league game, knowing there's a big difference between we scored our last one, we'll score this one, or oh my God, we've missed 5 in a row. I don't want to make this 6.
No,
it's a huge difference knowing that there's a break in that chain.
It's less about the technique and it's more about oh my God, I can't miss this. Panic.
Pressure, panic. Pressure on. I mean, obviously every goal is important and every game matters, but just sticking with the example, getting a penalty in Potter's first game of the season, even if we were to lose 6-0, we can recover from that from the league. So in the grand scheme of things, not to play it down, like I said, every goal matters, every game matters. But if it was to happen in the first game of the league, it's fine. We can recover, but still that amount of pressure. It'd be silly to have that amount of pressure.
If that was a penalty that happened in the last 10 minutes when we needed a point or a win or whatever, you'd much rather be going into that like Ben did by putting the ball in the back of the net. So. I don't know if that means Ben's now staked his claim for penalty taker. Well, that's what we said after the game. We said, well,
we discussed at Three Bridges when me and you were going to start taking them.
Yes, this is true. I think everyone's glad that we've now scored. Just so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I fancied it.
I did joke with
Little Panenka.
I joked with Reggie and Josh Spinks, the two defenders, that they might be getting close to penalty takers duty at this rate.
Rocco? Is Rocco taking a penalty?
Yeah.
He must have taken a few in his career at least.
Probably. I wonder if he was number 11 in the playoff final. I wonder if he was going to take the last one, or if he bumped himself a bit higher. I might as well ask him that.
We'll ask him. Get him on the pod.
Yeah, get him on the pod. Yeah. Exactly. But we, like I say, won the game. Trialist got the winner for us. Obviously, like we say, Ben Pope got the opening goal. Their goal come from a bit of a mistake at the back. I won't brush on it too much. It was we just made sort of like loads of subs all in one go.
Pre-season subs.
Yeah, and. Literally about 10 seconds later, I think everyone was still trying to work out where they were playing, and we were passing the ball around at the back, and we just sort of lost it really sort of deep in our box, and they basically just had a tap in. It was a very pre-season type goal. Not one that will really happen during the season.
Yeah, a silly one that.
Silly
well,
one
you
that-
hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
This season.
just one of those, a bit sloppy, and you got punished. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think I just saw that on the highlights
Yeah,
when I
but-
was watching it through.
Yeah, just like I say, one of those pre-season ones. But to be honest, we had loads of chances. Towards the end, we kept it got very counter-attacking at the end. They were obviously trying to equalise, so we were playing on the break. And then towards the end, there was a red card, which I've racked my brain, and that's the only red card I think I've ever seen. In a
Straight
friendly.
red or
No, it was a second yellow, I think. But there were 5 yellow cards
in a pre-season
in
game.
a pre-season friendly, all for Eastbourne players, by the way.
Kinda crazy.
No, we're good apparently.
You mean
but-
Ben Pope didn't get booked?
No, Ben Pope didn't get booked.
Wow.
Brannan
didn't
didn't get booked. So that sort of emphasises the ref might have had a bit of a problem with Eastbourne for some reason. And most of the yellows were for chatting, for telling the ref to F off, and I think that's why their bloke got sent off,
Just mouthing off.
because I think he told him to F off, and he just lost his
Can't
head.
do that.
It was like a minute before the end of the game as well.
Yeah,
It was-
like unless the rule.
I mean, you can't obviously, but
unless the rules have changed since I was a ref back in the day. Yeah,
yeah,
directly swearing at the referee.
yeah, it's a red card.
It's a straight red.
It is.
Um,
I mean, it never
you
gets
can get
done
away. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
because every player does
Yeah.
it. We know it, but I mean, technically, yeah.
I mean, if he's already dished out 5 odd yellow cards and he's in the mood.
It was a tough night for the ref.
Yeah.
Eastbourne weren't going particularly light on telling him what they thought of his performance.
No, well.
But yeah.
But how was the game like? So we touched on it that a couple of the pre-seasons we've seen have been a sort of tale of two halves. We've played one half's been a bit poor, shall we say, in one respect, and then second half's been different or the other way around. How was the game like overall? Was our performance at a much more consistent level?
Yeah, I think so. I probably would say that we were still better, slightly better second half again. Maybe that's because the game got a bit stretched. Like I say, we maybe looked a bit fitter, etc. But yeah, overall, I think we controlled the whole of the game. Like I said, we got the lead in the first half, so we 1-0 up at half time, and then obviously won 2-1. But yeah, I think, which is good to see, because we've only got one pre-season game left now, so they're obviously really approaching the start of the season. I thought
Having at Waterlooville,
having
away,
Waterlooville,
obviously.
away on Saturday, which is quite an exciting game for fans that can get there. It's a bit of a
trek.
It was a bit of a We haven't. I think we have played them probably many years ago.
Yeah, I might actually try and make that.
Yeah, I'm actually not at that game.
What? It
I
must be
know.
the first game in God knows how long for you.
I'm away. I'm
of course,
abroad.
yeah. We just had the conversation.
So I'm really annoyed because I've never been to Haven.
Well,
For
that
Burgess
puts
Hill or
pressure
for-
on then, innit? I kind of need to go now.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it's only going to be the second ground where I've missed a Burgess Hill game that I
Yeah.
haven't been to the ground.
If I don't go now, we're going to be sitting here in a couple of weeks' time when you're back from your holidays.
Talking about
What happened to Haven and Waterloo?
Yeah.
I've no idea.
we played Haven.
Yeah.
The scoreline was this. That's what we can tell you.
So 2 options: either I get my arse in gear and I get to the game, which I will try and do. I'm just thinking about it now. Again, management is away on Saturday with my boy, so I was going to do some photo editing, but football. So I might try and get there. But yeah, that'd be try and get to the last one of the game.
No, I haven't been to Haven, so this is a bit silly thing to say. But from what I know, it's quite a nice ground.
I'm not going mad. It's just Portsmouth way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Pompey Way. Yeah, it's quite a nice setup there, I believe. They used to play a little bit higher than they are now, so their facilities are perhaps a bit.
What league are they in?
I think they're now the same level as us, but I think they used to be National South
Oh,
consistently.
okay.
But
Yeah,
I think they've recently, maybe in the last couple of years, dropped down. But they play in the Southern League rather than the Eastern League.
Yeah.
But the same level as us. So it'd be a good test because, like I say, same level. It's a good.
A good sort of last pre-season to have before the season
they're
actually starts.
a pretty good side as well. So it'd be interesting to see, obviously, how we come up against. I'd imagine like the teams and the starting 11 and things like that are going to be quite similar to, or the most similar so far as to what might happen at Potter's Bar. That would make sense.
Yeah, we think with this, like, we're slowly edging towards more sort of game, like league ready
what we might
performances.
expect,
And
yeah.
hopefully we'll see a more, obviously, I know that sounds like I'm taking away from the team's performance. I'm not at all. But what I mean is like a more, obviously we have trialists in, we have under 18s coming through. So maybe we're expecting to see a more, what you would expect to see in a first team for the season. For the league.
I understand. Settled, maybe.
Settled, yeah, that's a good word, yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of the boys now are back from holiday.
Yes.
few niggles I think are clearing up or have cleared up.
Hopefully so.
So yeah, hopefully.
And then obviously those trialists might turn into signings. Who knows? But
yeah,
there might be 1 or 2 more additions maybe before the start of the season. Or
I mean, based on what I saw at Three Bridges and from what you said about Eastbourne, there's at least a couple that we wouldn't say no to. I would have thought,
for sure, there's potential.
At least from a fan's point of view, anyway. Obviously, we don't know behind the scenes,
of course,
negotiations and locations, players, etc. But certainly from a fan's point of view, I'd happily take that centre back I saw at Three Bridges.
Yeah, and I'd echo that to the winger we saw last night. Be interesting if they play at Haven't. That might give us a bit more insight as to what happened.
True.
Obviously, the big centre half didn't play at Eastbourne last night, but
he didn't. I was going to ask that, actually.
No, he didn't. But I don't know if that's anything to read into. He might have just been away. He might have been unavailable. I don't know where he's based. Eastbourne's a fair trek if he's sort of London way to Eastbourne on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
For a trialist.
At least it wasn't a cold rain.
Tuesday night. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It actually was raining a bit. Actually, it wasn't cold. But there was a bit of rain. But yeah, so we'll see. I would imagine though, because we are, you can always read into it a little bit, because we have got a few trialists. It was that doesn't take a genius to work out. We probably are looking to make 1 or 2 final additions. So that's exciting. Obviously, everyone's almost good to go. So yeah, roll on Potter's Bar, which sort of leads us to
Potter's Bar,
funnily enough, to Potter's Bar, The last time we did the podcast, the fixtures weren't out. They were out in sort of a couple of days. Obviously now they are. We can, we're planning where we're going, who we're going to, all that sort of thing. Obviously, as everyone knows, our August fixtures are all away from home because the expected completion of our 3G pitch is the sort of end of August / start of September. That's the sort of expectation. First home game at the new 3G pitch, as things stand, is the 9th of September, which is a Tuesday night. Obviously, that will be officially confirmed nearer the time when the pitch is laid and everything gets happened. But provisionally,
I'm hoping it goes ahead.
Provisionally, it is the 9th. It's a Tuesday night game. I don't know if that's a really good thing or not ideal. What's your thoughts on the first game being a Tuesday night?
From a purely selfish point of view, perfect.
Yeah,
because
nice.
The next home game is a Saturday, the 20th against.
I want to say Folkestone.
Folkestone and Ithaca. You're right. It is. I remember seeing that earlier, yes. And again, I can't make that game because I have a wedding that was booked in months and months ago.
So you're very much hoping it's...
So I'm very much hoping, because I do not want to miss the first home game at our new ground. That would be...
Yeah, that would be a real shame.
Not even from a professional point of view, from my work I do for the club, just personally, I really want to be here. Yeah. So that Tuesday night game against Carl Shorten.
Yeah, Chestnut's the game before.
Yeah.
Carl Shorten.
Yeah, Carl Shorten. So from a personal point of view, obviously I really hope it. From general football fan point of view, I think it is a little bit weird. Like, I feel like, it's always like, even if we go ahead with the Tuesday game and we still have the Saturday game as our second game, it's still going to be our first Saturday 3:00 kickoff.
Yes.
That's like bread and butter football, isn't it? Saturday 3:00. So
yeah,
I think, would it have been better if our actual first home fixture was a Saturday? Yeah, maybe. From a fan's point of view and from a footballing traditionalist point of view, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think this place will be buzzing and jumping anyway. I think they'll be full. Like, so many people are going to.
Oh yeah, for whenever our first home game, whether it's the Tuesday night, whether it's a Saturday night.
I think we'll probably see a bit of a bumper.
Oh, absolutely.
On the Saturday anyway, depending on Brighton's fixtures and all
absolutely.
the other fixtures that sometimes affect our attendance. But
I suppose one positive that could be that if it is that Tuesday night game, is that obviously, Tuesday night games we get slightly lower attendances. I mean, everyone does, but
it's almost like a soft launch, isn't it?
Yeah, but obviously, if it was a Tuesday night, then that would bump that attendance up. So that would probably put it on par with a traditional Saturday game, I would imagine. So that it would be, it would boost that game, and then Saturday games we'd still get a lot of people in. So from a revenue point of view, it might not be too bad. Because it'll boost that attendance.
But then a win-win in the sense that if it's not too busy, like traditionally we don't have Tuesday night games are traditionally lower attended. If that's still the case, even with the new ground, then like I just said, like a little bit of a soft launch, like things are going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, from like the bar point of view, bar staff point of view, it's probably not be too much different. Like the bar's pretty much the same, but some stuff around the ground,
just the actual day-to-day running.
Yeah, like some
game day,
more stewarding. Some other little bits and bobs I won't spoil too much that we haven't had on match days before. New systems and such like.
New floodlights,
exactly. Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
I can't wait for new floodlights.
Please floodlights work.
Yeah. So
just got a vision in my head then.
Yeah, so we could treat it like a little bit like a soft launch if we do.
Good point. Yeah.
But But I don't. But yeah, I think it's still going to be pretty jumping. Like it's still going to be summer holidays, is it?
Oh,
I don't know. My kid doesn't go to school. Is that still summer holidays? Yeah, it must be.
I think,
Oh no,
I
first week
think
of
they've
September
just
that
gone
might be back.
Yeah, I think they've just gone back.
Yeah, so maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm hoping it's ready. And from the sponsors event that happened here at the clubhouse on Monday, like that was certainly still the message that we wanted to be.
That's definitely still the
we wanted
hope,
to be
the aim.
that game that Tuesday night. So
definitely, from an official point of view, that certainly is the target date. As we obviously get closer to it, we will know, a little bit more for sure. But that is, 5 or 6 games down the line, because like we mentioned, we are having to start off with by playing all our games away from home, which we knew, everyone knew it. It's not a surprise, but it isn't ideal.
No,
and it's not, and it isn't ideal because 2 of our first 3 games are midweek, which again, one of them we sort of knew would be because everyone's got a Tuesday night game. The 3 days after the season starts, but unfortunately our third game, Averley away, got moved to the Friday night, which just makes things a little bit more tricky, in my opinion. For I'm thinking about the players, working Friday, then having to make a pretty long trip to Essex on a Friday night.
I was looking at the wrong. I was looking confused. I know you were looking at me looking confused there because I couldn't see that fixture. But yes, it has been moved to a Friday.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan's point of view, it's not ideal because getting to Essex on a Friday night isn't easy. From a player's point of view, it's obviously not easy as well. No. But it just means that we are playing 3 games in 6 days.
Friday night football. Ugh.
Friday night football. It's becoming a bit of a theme. This,
yeah.
Although we've won the last 2 Friday night footballs.
Oh,
so maybe
good point.
Maybe
long live Friday. Always rated Friday night football. Never said a bad thing about it.
If we get 3 points at Averley, then we'll be coming back to the podcast saying Friday night football, Jack.
Loved it. Yeah, never said a bad word.
This could be a thing. But yeah, 3 games in 6 days to start the season. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I would want to do it. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a real test of the guys coming off a summer break. Obviously, they've had the pre-season, and that's, I think, I've attended a training session in their pre-season. I've gone to a couple of pre-season games. Like, I think the preparation they've done is good, and I think it's going to really show having a tight run of fixtures in such a short space of time.
Yeah,
I think that's where it's going to really pay dividend. And our squad depth that we've always had, that Gary and Jay talk about every interview they've done, every game they talk about the squad depth and our ability to rotate players, bring people through our pathway, and dig into the under 18s if we need to. Like, I think that will, possibly might show we might be able to survive with just the players we have, and not need too much squad rotation if they're all fit and healthy, which from what I can see they are for the most part. Few niggles clearing up now, so yeah, it's not going to be easy, but I think we'll do fine.
Yeah, and I suppose just to touch on the sort of opening game a bit more, Potter's Bar. I actually got the guess right about guess the opening game of the fixture. I said Potter's Bar.
You did say Potter's Bar.
I'm glad you confirmed.
Yeah.
I did get it right. The reason, I can give you an inside secret. The reason I guessed out of the 21 teams, I suppose, that we would face Potter's Bar, and this is a thing that the league do, and I've noticed it, right? So our first game in the Prem, the last time we were in the Prem, in 2018-19, was Potter's Bar. So I just guessed it again because...
So just copy and pasted the fixtures.
But it's what happened. So when we're in the East Midlands South, we've had Ashford home and away. We've had Hythe home and away. We've had teams that we've played opening day home and away in consecutive seasons.
It's just worth a punt.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that's genuinely how they do some of the fixtures. Like, it was more an educated guess rather than a complete stab in the dark. I know it sounds a bit daft, but I honestly think there's a method to it. I think I'm not sure how they do it. I don't know why it's Potter's Bar, but like I say, it was away. Well, it's away again, obviously, but. No, because it was at home to Potter's Bar previously in 2018-19. And this was still a scheduled away game. Our opening day, it hasn't going to change. So, it's an interesting quirk that the league do. My point is basically in the next 2 years, whoever we get next year, I will say that we'll get them
again the year after.
Because that seems to be what happens. But whether that's just something I've made up in my head.
Get some money on it, mate.
But
there must be a market for that somewhere.
Maybe,
or some sucker who won't listen to this and won't know that you've got your little theory.
Inside knowledge. But there you go. But that is why I guess Potter's Bar, and I was right. So maybe there's some theory. But yeah, Potter's Bar. They're a bit of an unknown, really. We haven't had too many games against them.
No.
Just the one season we played against them. We drew 0-0 when we played them away last time. They've had some groundworks done. They're opening a new. Their 3G pitch is done. It's all good. They actually played all their home games away from home for the second half of last season. So that's how they did
They
it.
got it done during the season.
Yeah. So they ground shared from like January onwards.
Poor time management, if you ask me. Should have done it like us.
Interesting strategy, but they managed to stay up. They were comfortably stayed up. They finished about mid-table, and their ground's done. 3G's done. They've played friendlies on it. It's all good. So officially, the first game competitively will be the game against us. So that'd be quite cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. I'll try and make that one.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, should be a good game.
You're back for them, won't you?
Yes. Oh well, yeah. I'm back on the Friday. I was back on the Saturday, and I thought that's
change your holiday
I can't
plans.
miss that.
I
can't have a delayed flight, and you know.
I'd come get you, mate.
Oh dear,
it's a long drive in my car that doesn't work.
Yeah, true. No, so I am back for Portsmouth.
Good. Yeah, no, I should be trying to imagine my calendar in my head.
Try and yeah. I mean, there'll be plenty of fans going up. Everyone likes an opening day. Everyone likes to travel to new places, get to new grounds.
It's just north of London, right?
Yeah, sort of Hertfordshire.
Yeah,
Watford-ish.
That kind of way.
Sort of way. I think there's a few of us going by train. I don't know if that might take your fancy.
If I was drinking, it might, but because what else to do on trains? But
this is true. We are going to be drinking.
I'm trying to go sober for a year.
Yeah, fair enough. I should stop trying to persuade you to drink then, really.
Well, I'm only like so basically since my kids' party. So
I'm the devil on your shoulder at the moment.
Since the Hassocks game, I haven't. Well, not that I was there, but yeah, my kids' party, I had a drink because I needed it because there's loads of kids running around. But yeah, since then, I'm trying to go sober for a year. So
there you go. Stay tuned.
As much as you all offer to buy me pints at games, I'll have.
Yeah, guys, stop feeding them alcohol.
Stop buying the photographer drinks. Although if you would like to, I always take a can of Coke at half time. Or the most boring drink is just in Nicola's face when I ordered this the other day: Heineken Zero in a pint glass, topped up with lemonade, non-alcoholic shandy.
Wow.
Might as well just drink water.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So I suppose just to sort of finish up then, I reckon we're sort of coming to the end of the latest edition.
Yeah, we're over half an hour again.
I mean, we're just professionals at this rate. We just fly through it. A sort of thing that we started in the last episode that seemed to go down quite well.
Yeah.
We sort of finished off by asking each other three random questions, but questions that the other person didn't know. It was sort
blind.
That's it. Blind questions. And we're going to do it again, basically.
We are, but we've changed it up slightly. Last time they're all sports. We tried to keep them mostly sporting related. It is a footballing podcast first and foremost. So they are all footballing related this time. The only difference this time is me and Jack haven't written them. They are still blind, but we got ChatGPT to write them because in today's day and age, you can't do anything without mentioning AI in some way. So we got ChatGPT to do these. So
here we go.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Do you want to ask who went first last time?
I think you went first last time.
Okay, you ask me your three first.
Okay, well I'll just do it in
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'll do it in the order that they've sent. The first one is a peculiar one, but this is the first question. It says, "What's the biggest myth or stereotype about non-league football that you'd love to debunk?"
The 3G pitches caused injuries.
Ooh, there you go.
Because this is one of the biggest problems people. I might as well just tag my step up calling him out here, but one of the biggest things that people say about 3G pitches is that. Well, the traditionalists, other than football should be playing on grass, is that it's not safe for the players. It causes too many injuries. The black rubber infill is carcinogenic and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe back when it was first brought in, years and years ago, 3G's been around for a long time. Yes, maybe there were some issues. But since then, there's been thousands, if not, tens of millions of pounds worth of investment, scientific development. Yes, if you look on the internet, someone will say, "Oh, yeah, but I can find studies proving that it causes injuries." It's like, yeah, brilliant, because I can find studies that prove there isn't. There will be equal amount of studies that say there isn't injuries, that it doesn't cause a heightened amount of injuries, or no less. What I'm trying to say is it's a negligible scientific difference. Like there's no loads more evidence to support one theory than there is to support another. There's a negligible. I can't think of this. There's a scientific phrase for that, where there's no like discernible difference. I can't remember what it is. And my brother, my twin, will be listening to this. He's very clever, and he'll be screaming the phrase I'm trying to think. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, there's no difference. Like people that are paid millions of pounds in salary know better than us.
Yes,
and they wouldn't be putting the players on that. Like David was on the sponsors evening on Monday. David gave an update on 3G pitch. And one thing that I didn't know actually is that there's obviously different levels of 3G that you put in, all of which are compliant. They've gone through the rigorous health and safety testing again, so we know they're safe. There's still levels to it, and you can do extra things to make it even more. So this, again, I can't remember the terminology, but the one we've got, David and Vicky have spoiled us and got like the best one, and it's got some sort of shock layer So it just makes it
Yes,
even
I've
more.
heard this be mentioned as
yeah,
well.
so it's just making it even more.
It's sort of, it goes under the pitch, doesn't it? And it sort of helps.
Yeah, it's just like that extra layer, like so it reacts almost the same as grass. And I mean,
Yeah.
3G pitch is no like in terms of from an injury risk, it's no different than playing on a rock hard summer pitch or a frozen pitch, or like not that we try and play on those obviously, but yeah, that's for me. Like,
agreed.
I have a bee in my bonnet about people who, if you just hate 3G because you hate 3G and you want to play it on grass, fine, I've got no problem with that. But when you start saying things like it's medically unsafe and you've got studies to prove it, it's like, yeah, brilliant, but they will be written by people with an agenda.
Yeah.
And you will find just as many, if not more, online supporting the other theory. Just trust in the fact that the people that are paid millions of pounds a year to do that as their job, the experts, know what they're talking about.
Agreed.
Sorry.
No,
I just got angry there.
There you go. Debunked. Yeah. Officially debunked.
Nah.
3 bridges are safe.
Yep, we're safe.
There you go.
Go on, what's the next question? Hit me.
Oh,
do we do all three in a row? Yeah, go on.
Sure.
Go on. Yeah,
okay.
hit me.
Second question.
I'm fired up now.
No, that's fine. The second question is short of this one. If you had to describe your club in 3 words, what would they be?
My club. I assume Burgess Hill, not Brighton.
Burgess Hill.
I'm a Brighton fan. Passion.
What a question.
Yeah, great question. Passion. Camaraderie. Yeah, camaraderie.
Yep.
And there's so many adjectives I could put, like honourable mentions: respectful, friendly, welcoming. But slightly rogue one. The one I'm going to go with is reciprocating, and that's because I genuinely feel like this club is not give or take. What fans put in, what players put in, they get back out. Like the fans, the volunteers, the staff, the players, management team, all give and take equally and are willing to work with you no matter what your position. Like, just drawing from a personal example, I'm very aware that as a photographer and as a media person, that sometimes the things I can ask players to do, managers to do, the timing of when I ask them to do them can be quite annoying. Like if I'm trying to, Gary, Jay, can I get an interview? I know you've just been smashed 6-0. We've never been smashed 6-0 recently, but
yeah.
So you're obviously in a great mood. So can you come stand in front of a camera and talk to me about it for 10 minutes? Like, I'm very aware that can be quite irritating. Unfortunately, it's my job. Like, I have to do those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in that situation as well. Where, I've had to, waddle up to the managers and, sorry guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I speak to you about the game? No,
go away. I want to cry. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, so... Yeah, but none anyone like that is here. None of the players are like that. The players they're always happy to talk to you. They're always happy to make time for you.
Yeah.
The players hang around after the game. Yeah. So they mingle in the bar. And I think that's a rule that the players came up with themselves.
It's Jay's rule. Jay, I think there's a time you have to stay until 6 or 6:30, whatever it is.
Yeah,
and have your post-match meal for Saturday games, obviously.
Yeah.
Tuesday's slightly different, but
and I just think
it's for like camaraderie.
Yeah, and I just think that's from the top down. Like everyone has been, I've been involved with the club for a long time, but I've only been working with the club for like a year and a half now. Yeah, and it's such a pleasant experience. Like I want to do more here. Like I'd be here every day if I could, but I can't. So
there you go. And and if somebody like Jay, the gaffer of the club's driving those standards, then it's going to filter down to the rest of the management team, the players, and there you go.
But it's like it's just the level of people get involved in as well from the top down. Like last season, I saw David, the chairman, the owner of the club, standing at the tunnel doing the music on his phone. Like that's like anybody else who didn't know David or didn't know he was the owner would think, it's just a volunteer or a steward or someone.
But no, that is the man who
is the man.
Makes everything happen.
Big dog.
The big dog, yeah.
Yeah, no, so, I love it.
There you go. Excellent. Right, question 3. I'm going to slightly rephrase this question how it's asked, but just to sort of tailor it to you. But after a long Saturday, let's say it was a home game, you've done loads of work for the club, behind the camera, long day, you've perhaps done a load of interviews, Saturday night, you get home, you haven't eaten, you're starving. What's your takeaway order after a long day of football? We won, let's say, you're in a good mood, but you're starving.
ChatGPT asked this.
Well, ChatGPT officially asked, what's your go-to post-match meal after a long Saturday?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So I sort of rephrased it towards you.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But point still stands.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Love a Domino's. Pizza's my all-time favourite food.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't going to be salad, was it? Yeah, no, I love Domino's. My wife loves the Domino's. So yeah, probably that.
Domino's. Order? Specific
I'm
order?
kind of a basic bitch, really. I just have like pepperoni passion. So I don't know if I can say that on this. No, I'll edit it.
You
whatever.
can.
I just quite like pepperoni, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And pineapple.
Yeah.
I've had banana on a pizza once in Gibraltar.
Moving on.
It's good.
Absolutely not. Those are your 3 questions.
Cool. Yeah, I like this.
There you go. Thanks,
Right.
ChatGPT.
We're up to almost 50 minutes now.
That's fine.
I'm not editing any of this. You can all listen. Tough. Right. Yours that ChatGPT asked.
Oh.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen happen during a non-league football match?
Oh my goodness.
I imagine you've seen quite a few.
Oh, I would have done, and I'm probably not going to remember what genuinely is the strangest thing now. So I'm going to have to really quickly. What's the first thing that comes to my mind? What's the strangest thing that I've seen at a non-league football game? What is it, Jack?
We'll move on and come back to it if you want. But then you've got to think about the other answers.
What is the strangest thing? People that listen to this that come to quite a few games, I'm sure they'll be thinking of something instantly that they'll know that I've seen and be like,
yeah, guys, you can leave comments on these podcasts, by the way. So if you can think of anything,
yeah,
at least even on
I'm
the YouTube channel.
I'm going to skip it, but I will come back to it very soon.
No worries. Second question then, if you could bring one former player back to the club in their prime, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness me.
Got to be Super Pat, surely.
Yeah, Super Pat was the first person I thought of, but I'm actually going to say Tommy Wood.
Oh yeah,
but
okay.
Purely because now, obviously, I'd love to bring Super Pat back in his prime, but I feel
not that you're not in your prime, Pat.
No, of course. But I feel like we had Pat in his prime. Yeah. I feel like Pat was such a good servant for us for so many years, 11 years at the club, scoring God knows how many
for a long
goals.
time. He's pretty much the only player's name I know.
Yeah, he was so good. But Tommy Wood, we only had him for like 6-7 games. Obviously because he was too good because he was on loan. But he was still the best player that I've ever seen at this club. He was just so clearly much better than us, so clearly levels above. And for a striker, when you've got a player like that, that's really, really frightening, because if you've got a player like that playing up front for you, then you know you're pretty halfway there in non-league football terms. You've got a good goal scorer.
Yeah, I remember. I remember watching him play.
And he almost kept us up from when we were last in the Isthmian Prem back in 2018-19. He's still got a good career going on now. He's just signed for Enfield in the National South, so he remains, above, slightly above our station. Yeah. One day, maybe, who knows?
Who knows? Gary, Jay, get on it.
We're still sort of working our way back up to perhaps Tommy Wood levels now, but I think we could have a couple of seasons of Tommy Wood now, let's say, because he's probably in his prime now. Tommy Wood, if we could, in a magical world, get Tommy Wood to play for us again, I think nobody would be questioning us
no
over our shoulder. We'd be looking ahead to upper echelons of the table. That's how good a player he is.
I agree. I like that. So, good shout.
And then question number 3.
Last question, unless you want to go back to the first one.
I will do at the end.
Okay.
I still can't think of anything.
So the last one is, which away day do you most look forward to, and it's a 2-part question, and which away day do you most dread?
Okay.
I would caveat this to say I don't think it has to be just for this season. Obviously, we're playing a few new teams, so just in general, maybe even if you want to just, obviously we played a lot of teams for the same couple of years.
Yeah.
In the last, maybe if you want to stick to
Understood. To be honest, this is quite an easy one for me. So the game that I most look forward to going to is Lewis at Dripping Pan.
End of this month, end of August.
End of August, yeah, which is obviously handy because we're now back in the league with them.
Yeah, love the Dripping Pan.
Turns out that one of our first games on Bank Holiday Monday is the Dripping Pan. We've got a fantastic, and I'm not jinxing this because I say it all the time, we've got a fantastic record against Lewis. We haven't lost to them since 1999.
Really?
We haven't lost to Lewis since 1999. And we've played them quite a few times since then. It's not as if we've played them once and I can just say that. We've played them quite a considerable amount of times. So they're a bit of a team that we like to beat, which is handy. Hopefully that continues. But the Dripping Pan is, one of the best non-league grounds around.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more. Love
everything about it: the pitch, the views from the stand, the bars, the sort of general,
the beach huts,
everything about it. Really nice. So that's really exciting that we get to go back there. It helps that we often win there as well, of course. Yep. And the team that I dread going to, unfortunately, lovely club, but Croydon Athletic take this accolade. Unfortunately, to get to the ground from the train, you have to walk through a cemetery. Now,
right.
I'm not somebody who doesn't really dislike cemeteries. I shrug my shoulders at them. I don't have a phobia of them. I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose to walk through it, but I do, and it's fine. It's just it's
a bit weird, isn't it?
It's Croydon, and it's very Croydon. It's not the nicest area. It's a nice ground. It's got a really big, lovely stand, but it's a sort of victim of its environment. Fair. It's there's other places which are prettier and safer and we enjoy going to more.
Not Croydon-y.
It also doesn't help that they beat us 3-0 and smashed us on that day.
That would be the main
that also maybe it's just
factor.
jealousy, if anything. But unfortunately, Croydon, you'll have to take that.
Yeah, I've not done Croydon away, so maybe I won't give that one a miss.
That's
Fair enough.
Good. And then back to the first question.
Strangest thing to ever happen on a football pitch.
Thing to ever happen on a football pitch.
Non-league specifically. Air ambulance ever landed on the pitch?
We've
had it happen. We've had it circle.
Yeah,
even
right.
that was last year.
Thing to ever happen on a football pitch. Here we go. So during a pre-season game,
I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah, during a pre-season game, probably about that's 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Martin Box got an injury. Turned out to be not massively serious, thank God. But he at the time it was a leg or a knee injury or something like that.
This isn't actually what I thought you were going to say.
And it was a home game here, pre-season friendly, and he at the time needed to be stretchered off, and it was a pre-season game, and somebody basically told me and my friend George to go on the pitch and help carry the stretcher off. So we ended up, there was about 6 of us. We had to put Martin on a poor stretcher and carry him off and walk all the way from one end of the ground and the goal to the other.
Drafted medical staff.
To take him off. And Chris Neal got loads of pictures, and it's just us carrying this poor stricken Martin as he was in agony with whatever injury he had at the time.
Natural state.
But it was on the pitch because it was during a game, and we toddled on and picked Martin up and toddled him off.
You did your risk assessment.
Did
you wear a high vis?
No, we didn't wear a high vis.
On the pitch without a high vis. Unbelievable.
So that was that's something that's never happened to me before and probably won't happen to me again.
That's not what I thought you were going to say, actually. When you started saying before a game, I thought you were going to say about when we had all the cars parked on the pitch trying to defrost the pitch.
Yeah, that could have been.
That's weird.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be a lot of people's. Yeah, that was weird.
Again, Chris Neal, former photographer,
has
got a great photo.
I remember turning up to that game and just seeing rows of cars on the pitch.
It's just that one bit in front of the stand. Obviously, we won't have that problem anymore. But yeah, it's that one bit in front of the stand that always got a bit hard.
Will we not have this problem now? Because I don't know.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, they do freeze, but not. They're plastic, aren't they? They don't retain moisture, which is the.
We are getting a 3G pitch, Jack. Remember?
Yeah.
Jack had forgotten we were getting a 3G pitch.
Oh right, okay. That's what I thought you were asking. Do 3G pitches freeze? And I was like, well, no.
In my head, I was thinking, do you know something about the stand moving that I don't? And I was like, is the stand moving? Never mind.
No, I'm just that good at predicting the weather.
Never mind.
Never going to frozen pitch.
Yeah, of course. 3G pitches don't freeze.
No, they don't. They don't retain moisture. Well,
good,
they do. But
good way to finish that by making myself look an absolute tool.
Yeah, should we cut? We're probably almost on an hour now, so let's quit while we're ahead.
Wow, a pleasure speaking to you again.
Always a pleasure.
The podcast.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Like I keep saying, heading fast towards the start of the season. The next time you'll hear from us will be after the season started, so we can catch up on how we started. I think we'll have a special guest maybe to
yeah, we'll definitely try and get a guest. I think
bring on
2 episodes of just me and Jack is probably enough for you guys.
People don't like us that much to keep listening to us.
Maybe we'll even get 2.
Maybe.
We've got 4 microphones.
There we go.
We can make it
potential here. But yeah, we'll look forward to Potter's Bar. Haven't on Saturday, and then who knows what's going to happen in 25, 26.
Onwards and upwards.
But thanks for listening. See you in the next one.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. And like I said, feedback, reviews, comments, always welcome. Give us 5 stars on everything.
Please.
Thanks.